Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is Yusuf with the Contrarian Daily, and we are doing just a live market update. We're just going to touch on a few names that people care about, people are interested in. I have US30 on my chart right now. I could pull up NASDAQ or the S&P 500, so relatively the same type of data we'll be looking at. um, Crypto, lots of crypto lovers within the community. So we'll talk about crypto a little bit as well and how that is progressing. So, guys, we're clearly in a recession. We're clearly in a bear market. Even some of the most optimistic bulls are starting to change their tone as far as how they see the market. CPI came out, inflation is still ticking up. It has a lot of investors worried, a lot of investors scared. What's the what's the Fed going to do? How much are they going to raise interest rates? So on and so forth. So much to unpack and unravel when it comes to that. But just looking at things from a micro lens for a minute, just seeing what's happening in price action and how some opportunities may present itself and how we could possibly take advantage of that. So let's just look at US30 real quick for my option traders and my Forex traders so we can kind of get an idea of what has happened and maybe get some perspective of what will happen in the future. So what I'm looking at here, and there's so many things that I look at when I'm putting together a chart. I'm going to show a few of those things. I can't get into all those things, obviously, the effort of time and interest, but we consider a lot of things. Price action, we consider ourselves naked traders. Price action is law. Price action runs everything. So we couple price action with volume. We use price action to identify momentum. We consider Elliott waves, which has Fibonacci's worked into it. We consider key levels, fractals, price clusters, all those things, price formation, all those things. But when it boils all the way down to it, price action is what we consider. So with that being said, this is US30 on the daily time frame. We recognize that there was a lot of resistance right here in this area, hence why we was looking for some trading opportunities in this area. So I did call out some shorts at the top of this market. It happened pre-market on the US30, and then there was some continuation opportunities as well. So that's all cool. I don't want to talk too much about that because that's behind us. What's happening moving forward? Moving forward, I do see some buyers in this area. We have big engulfing candles over here. We obviously bought over here. This is the low over here. So I'm paying very close attention to this area. So it's an area of interest for me. So my ideal, now what I think versus what I do is two different things. So I could think whatever, but how I actually trade is reactive to what price is going to do, or rather what price is doing, so that we could be profitable. So the saying is, don't trade what you think, trade what you see. So I'm not trading right now. It's 7:25 Houston time. So there's no trade for me. My next trade won't come until the earliest 6:30 Central Standard Time pre-market tomorrow morning. What I would like to see is some type of retracement in this area. The reason being, like I said before, we did have some pretty strong breakout buys in this area. You can see this big engulfing candle here, this engulfing candle here, which pushed price up. Little of a tongue twister there, push price up. Obviously, all of our buying activity got wiped away in 1 week. So it's clear from my perspective that we're in a big downtrend. And then we went on a correction. And even within the correction now, we corrected the correction in the continue sell down, if that makes any sense. We corrected here, we sold down here, we corrected here, and we wiped out these entire gains. So with that being said, now it's like, okay, well, what's the next move? So my next move is there some buying opportunities that we could take advantage of on the way back up? Very short term calculated buy opportunities. Now, if I'm buying, where am I buying to? This right here, this wick, where we see all these wicks, This is the level that I like right here. So this is where I'm buying to in this area. If some buys presents itself. How do you know if buys presents itself? That's another video for another time, just to try to give you guys some framework. So what I think will be the most ideal is for us to find some buyers, come back up here minimum, and then continue working our way back down. And back down over here where I have these wicks, all of these wicks right here in this area. So if you're noticing, what I'm looking at is price action, wicks, body size, where there's rejection, where there's dominance, to kind of give me an idea where price may react in the future. So that's US30, SPY, very similar, if not exactly the same. NASDAQ, S&P 500, so on and so forth. So moving from there, let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. Oh, let me take this off. Well, just so we're clear, this is like on a monthly time frame over here. Why I have this, I see it as a bearish pennant on the monthly time frame. So one thing about Bitcoin I think is interesting is that we obviously had a lot of rejection in this area. You can see by the monthly candle wicks, and a lot of traders were projecting for us to fill this gap and come back to 30,000. And I understand the logic behind that, but as Bitcoin continues to develop, I don't see anything that would suggest bullish price activity to reverse us back to 30,000 to fill that gap. Instead, what I see is more rejection. This right here is a big rejection candle. It's not quite engulfing, but it's a very solid rejection candle on the monthly time frame, looking at Bitcoin. And it is still within a consolidation range. So it is a bearish dominance, the way that I see it, a bearish dominance price action activity in a bear trend, meaning we're trending down. And it looks as if we're going to trend lower. Now, I don't trade on the monthly or the weekly time frame. At the highest time frame I trade on is the daily. So what I would be looking for on Bitcoin is opportunities to enter this trade on the daily time frame towards the downside. So now it's okay. There's going to be interim consolidation areas on Bitcoin where price may stop, consolidate, retrace, etc. I'm talking big picture. I'm talking 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line. Where is the big picture, big frame where Bitcoin is going? So a lot of people have their eye on this level right here, like 18, 16, 17,000. I don't find that as a strong level of support. Although we have these wicks here, you can see we don't have much structure here. We don't, right here in this area. And I'm mentioning it because it's a common area in which it's spoken about. Instead, the area that I do like on Bitcoin is this area right in here. This area right here, effectively 10,000. So we won't get there tomorrow or all in one move. It could. It's crypto. Crypto can drop hard and drop fast, but I'm not expecting that or necessarily need that to happen. But what I like about this level, we can see we had an overshoot here in this area, clear rejection down, big sell down, came back up, another big sell down, broke the level, retested the level, and then broke up. So for me, that's really the level that I like the most is 10, 11, 9,500. Crypto has a tendency to overshoot, dig deep for liquidity. You can see it here, even on the monthly chart on this candle bar. So for us to overshoot to 9,000, 8,500, I know that sounds crazy to a lot of my crypto lovers, and I apologize for that. I love Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million and more in the future. I'm on record for saying Bitcoin to $1 million by 2030. And the way the market is moving and the way the environment is for growth tech, it makes 2030 a little bit of a nail biter, but I think we still have plenty of time between now and then to get there. So I'm still sticking to that forecast, Bitcoin to a milli by 2030, and I am accumulating Bitcoin. So with that being said, I'm still dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin on the way down. So whatever your favorite altcoins are, that's a whole nother discussion. I'm a Bitcoin lover, so I think Bitcoin is going to do well and stand the test of time in the future. So with that being said, this is the love that I'm really looking for. So there's many ways to play Bitcoin towards the downside. It's not my favorite thing to trade. Sometimes a little more expensive to trade. The spread's a little bit different, and I'd rather trade something like US30 on a centralized market so that other readings are more reliable. So with me showing you guys this chart, what I'm trying to encourage is just consider a alternate perspective. Yes, Bitcoin could turn around and go to 100,000. It's just not very likely. And looking at the larger time frames, and this is all dealing in probabilities. Looking at the larger time frames, it does, and then obviously looking at the financial, economical landscape, there isn't fundamentals to support a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. So with that being said, I'm still forecasting lower prices ahead on our favorite cryptos, namely Bitcoin. There might be some altcoins here and there that pop, and there's all type of pumps and dumps. But as far as the legacy crypto coins and tokens, much lower prices ahead. So with that being said, I would love to show you guys how I enter these trades, how I manage these trades, what's my risk profile, and all of that good stuff. So please be sure to join my live trading. I have a live trading tomorrow. Today's date is the 13th, so that's the 14th of this month, where I'm going to be trading live. And you guys get to see my thought process, how I approach the market, where my stop losses are, the whole 9 yards. So with that being said, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.